This is the time when you need karate more than ever. This is the time where you want stability. You want something to be stable. You need something that enables you to let it all go, get rid of your stress. And karate plays a huge part in balancing the way people, A, feel about themselves, but also the way people around them see them.
So what would you say, let's say this kid is now becoming a young adult, let's say started with 8, now is 13, 14,
15.
Sure. Very, very new things come into life of these
Sure.
Still kids, but let's assume they are young adults. So what is it that karate gives to them? What is it that our style provides them to still stay at the training, to still continue in this part of their life?
I've spoken about this to hundreds of young people, because our responsibility as sensei is to encourage young people to continue to train through those difficult developmental years. The years when they're finishing high school, the years when they have their first girlfriend or their first boyfriend, when they go to university. These are times where even parents that say to the kids, oh, well, you can't afford to go to karate because you've got homework to do, or you've got this to do or that to do. And I say to those parents, and I say to those kids, this is the time when you need karate more than ever. This is the time where you want stability. You want something to be stable. You need something that enables you to let it all go, get rid of your stress. And karate plays a huge part in balancing the way people, A, feel about themselves, but also the way people around them see them. And I will say without any fear of contradiction at all that the young people that maintain their training habit through all of those transitional years finish up in a far happier and a far better place than the kids who lose perspective. When you go to university and you come out of university, you're not an expert. It's the first stage of your life. You come out of university and you start to learn your profession. Karate provides a strength of character, A, to understand that, but B, to take advantage of opportunities that may present themselves. And my sensei, Sensei Tani, was of great, when I was a soldier, when I came out of the army, when I got my first child, that sounds terrible, when my first child was born. These are transitional stages in somebody's life, and Sensei provided not only a stable environment for me to get rid of stress and so on, but also very often invaluable advice. The difficulty for young people today, and we started to talk about it earlier, is that things change really, really quickly nowadays, far quicker than they did in the past. Handling change, and if you talk to people who are senior managers in companies, they will tell you you've actually got to manage change, because if you don't manage it, then you get either left behind or it creates chaos, so that the environment becomes difficult. Continuing to training provides a capability of dealing with change, whether it be change in your social life, whether it be change in your business life or your education, it provides a stable environment where you can retreat to, if you like. You can go there, get rid of your stress, train harder, and most important of all, meet other young people or older people who actually care about some of the same things that you do. Because in the dojo, it's not just kids. You've got students in their 60s, students in their 50s, students in their teens. And these people, you would be amazed how they communicate with one another. And that's a learning process. For the older student, they come to appreciate and value young people and the fact that they're excited about change. And for the young people, there's this stability, and there are people that they can talk to that they trust. When you've trained with someone for 5, 6, 10 years, and you've fought together, you've graded together, you've laughed together, you've cried together. When you've got those sorts of things, develop relationships, and they develop relationships that sometimes can last for life. I remember, just to give you just one more story, there was a man called Shido Omi, and Omi Sensei was my senpai. So when I went to the Shukokai dojo, Omi Sensei was introduced to me as being someone that would help me through the transition from Kyokushin to Shukokai. And he became very, very much a friend. Because yes, he was strict. He made me understand the rules of a new dojo, but he also helped me transition through that stage. He helped me with the changes in technique, all sorts of different things, and he accepted the responsibility of helping this young karateka get through the first stages of life in a brand new dojo. When I first went to Japan, I would sleep in the dojo. I would literally sleep on a futon in the dojo. Omi Sensei always came every morning on the way to work, and he would come and he would train me before the day, as the day started. He'd then make sure that I knew what I had to do for the day. He would sometimes help me clean the floor. Every morning, my job was to clean the dojo, along with any other deshi who were there. So he was quite an influence in my life. And it's something that I encourage my instructors to perpetuate, because that in itself creates relationships that are not only stable, but are very beneficial in both directions.